Hey guys, it's Malik999 here, and we are continuing on with the M1 MacBook Linux adventure. As you can see here, I've got another virtual machine set up, Linux free this time, and yes, I did remember that we did delete the other ones because we don't need to keep them. And let's go back here and I'll show you what I got. And we're in. And if you're wondering what exactly we're looking at, this is Debian without any desktop environment set up. What we were trying to do in the first video. As you can see, let me log in. As you can see, we have a Debian install. As you can see, here's the root folder. You can see all the folders that you expect to see in a fresh Debian install. And I'm sure that you could do many things in this terminal, but again, the goal of this video is not to just have a working terminal, as well as admittedly responsive and fluid as it may be, we want an actual desktop environment. So what are we going to do now? We tried GNOME once on purpose and twice by accident. Well, I did some digging around, and I think the most widely used lightweight Debian desktop environment is LXDE. And that's what we're going to try and install for this video. Okay, so I'm looking at the Debian wiki, which has a section on LXDE, and there are three options. We can do the LXDE core, which is the minimal installation. We can do the full LXDE desktop, which is a different command, and so-called a complete Debian LXDE desktop starting from Debian 7.0 Wheezy. Now, I'm not precisely sure what the difference between those last two options are. I think I'm just going to go with the middle of the road one here. Apt install LXDE. Oh, wait. It's probably not going to work because we do not have permission. SU. Let's try this again. Ooh, I'm getting excited. It's working. Yes, please. Yes, please. And yes, I did forget to make a backup of this VM before doing it. So I better hope this works. Ooh, I wasn't looking. Looks like the process for installing, or maybe process C is, I'm not exactly sure, but whatever process was running to install LXDE is stopped. Can we type something random? Yes, we can. Looks like it's time to reboot and see what we get. And I keep forgetting that's not a command in this version of Linux. Or the very least this distribution of Linux. Time to look up some more commands. Okay, well, this is what the Debian wiki is saying. I'm not sure why it's not working. What's going on? Oh, I was missing a keyboard. Okay, so it's system CTL power off. Thank you. And the moment of truth, guys. Here we go. Yes, please. Oh, I'm getting excited now. Will we finally have a usable x86 desktop environment on Linux? Drum roll, please. The earlier screen didn't take so long, so I'm getting excited now, and we already have a working cursor. This is already better than GNOME. but it's now hung on something. I'm not exactly sure what. I'm sure everyone has done this before on a desktop computer. Whenever it's not moving anything, you just shake the mouse cursor around as if that'll somehow do something. One thing that I find interesting is that as I keep shaking, it's somehow switching between the, like, the cursor that appears whenever your cursor's over text and the regular cursor. I wonder why it's switching between those two. Is there like hidden text that I can't see? Guess we just gotta wait a bit more. Okay, so it's been about like 10 at least, maybe not 10, but like at least 5 minutes later. I'm sure we'll know when we look back at the well, at least when I look back at the footage and see the clock here, or when you watch the footage and see the clock there. Okay, let's just force restart it because I'm tired of waiting. Any better luck here? Okay, so I think it really has been another 10 minutes now, and I've actually tried restarting it yet another time, and to no avail. Seems like it just doesn't want to start. I did the old trick of Control Alt F1, or I think on here it's like Control Option Function F1. Anyways, we have a terminal again. Let's log in. Let's see here. I wonder why it's not working. I mean, what we can do is we can try uninstalling. We can try uninstalling LXD and reinstalling it. That's always something you can do, right? If it doesn't work, just turn it off and on again. If that doesn't work, try reinstalling it and installing it, uninstalling it and reinstalling it again. I mean, okay. Now I gotta figure out how to do that though. Okay, so clearly that's working. We're removing LXDE according to this one command I found on the askubuntu.com on Stack Exchange. I wonder why bash did sudo not found. I think that's interesting. I didn't type sudo. I never typed sudo. I think that's from like whatever script was handling the uninstall. Wonder what happens if we do that command again. Okay, so the first time it clearly was removing stuff, and the second time it was. Sorry, the second time it was it didn't install anything, right? Because right here there's 0 upgrade, 0 newly installed, 0 to remove, etc. Let's see here. Let's do a. I have to look up how to. Okay, let's shut down and start again and see. Well, I mean, this time it's going to start into the terminal again, but we're going to try and reinstall LXDE. I wonder if it might help if we installed LXDE core instead. Oh man, this is the same problem that I had earlier, and I thought we had just removed LXDE. What's going on here? I think this might have something to do with the fact that when we did the last one, it had that sudo not found sort of error. So I wonder if that might have something to do with it. Let's see here. No, you're not going to find that. Not again. Oh, come on. Oh, yes, sad. Very much so. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to remove that from Debian. I got an idea. And by that I mean I found something similar on the Ask Ubuntu forum, but again, of course, we're not running Ubuntu, we're running plain Debian. But I think I may have found something that might help me here. Oh, but it's telling me, oh, he's saying that I gotta remove all of them one by one? Okay, looks like that worked. Okay, let's log in. Okay, so why did the desktop environment fail to work each time we tried it? I don't know. Because there was no wording at the bottom or any kind of verbose anything to just tell me what was exactly was going on behind the scenes. But what we can do, and what I think this, and if this does work, I think it might at least partially confirm a suspicion of mine that it was just taking such a long time to load the stuff. Why GNOME worked and this doesn't? I don't know. But we're going to try and install the LXDE core, because apparently that will install the very minimal amount of things. Okay, so the audio might be a little bit different now, so please pardon that. Okay, it looks like LXDE core has been installed, and that took a lot less time than it took to install the full version. I think this might be the thing that we need to get our x86 Linux D on M1 MacBook going. Alrighty, let's restart. Well, actually, on second thought, I have an idea. What happens if I log in and I leave the terminal? Is that something I can do? I don't think LXDE is going to work for us. Let's see here. What other options do we have? I want to try at least one more, because I think this is possible. And if that little train climbing the hill told me anything, if you think you can, right? Right? Maybe not always, but we'll see what's going on. Okay. First thing we need to do is now we need to become the super user. We're gonna get rid of everything that we already did install. And now I'm going to figure out what other desktop environment we can give a try. Okay, so upon some further reflection, and by reflection I mean looking at the Debian wiki a little bit more, we have a different thing we can try, which is XFCE. Not to be confused with what we already did try, which was LXDE. I wonder if they're at all related. Any case, let's see here. Clear the terminal. Okay, first thing to install would be apt. Wait, we need to become super. We already are, so we need apt install XFCE4. Yes, please. Okay, that seemed to win okay. And the other step we want to do, which is according to the wiki, a meta package to install, quote, many useful plugins and applications related to XFCE. It is a suggested package for standard users that want a complete XFCE desktop experience. However, you may have a more minimal installation by only installing specific packages that you want from the list below. a lot of the ones that I see here, which include the file manager, the desktop background, and other such things, think I don't think that those are exactly optional. At least not. Well, I mean, they are optional, but not optional in terms of something that you would consider to be a proper desktop computer, if you know what I mean. Like, these seem to be some pretty basic things. So, let's see here. I hope I don't regret this. Oh, it's only 50 megabytes. That shouldn't be too bad. Huh. Well, what do you know? It's the exact same problem. It's seemingly the exact same problem as last time. However, I think I might know what's going on. Some more digging around the wiki. It mentions something called a display manager. I think that's why the other one didn't work. Which means we have to go back and reinstall LXDE and install the display manager because somehow they're not installed when you install at the same time. Okay. Let's do this again. I think I'm gonna have to do this the hard way. For seemingly the 8th time. I know it's only been like what? This is gonna be like the 4th time though. 4th time installing Debian. And it takes almost like 30 minutes each time. But I think that's probably the only way to get going forward. I know that there's probably a way to install a desktop environment properly through the terminal, but I'm done to try that 3 times now and it's not working. So let's try this instead. Yep. The exact same problem. I think it's time to call it quits on x86 Linux on the M1 MacBook, at least for now.